at this point in my life, there isn't very much happiness left inside of me, so I see this video as a challenge. With all of the shenanigans and hullabaloo that you psychopaths have made me endure throughout these past 2 years, bro, there really isn't much left of a childhood to be ruined for me. Almost everything that I've ever known and loved throughout my childhood that brought me even just a small sliver, just a slight glimmer of joy and happiness, has been completely demolished and stepped on by you raging psychopaths and the freak shows that you make me experience. 7 cartoon facts that will ruin your childhood, dude. Wow, we're back at it again, dude. Just like when the therapist brings in your ex, just making me relive all of my mental, emotional trauma, bro. We're back at it. It's your guys' favorite time of the day, Chris's emotional trauma. We love it. And we tuned up, baby.
Cartoons are a huge part of life as a kid. There's a reason all those 90s kids posts continue to reference Nicktoons, even though some of those shows are over 20 years old at this point. And that's okay. These cartoons can bring us joy as we remember the simpler, easier times in our lives.
Yeah, happiness.
None of us can stay naive children forever, which is why we're here to help ruin your childhood. My name is Tim, and today on
my favorite thing.
7 facts about your favorite cartoons that will wreck your beautiful memories forever. Number 1. Helga's mother hits the smoothies hard in Hey Arnold. Miriam Pataki is a bit disheveled. Okay, that's a bit of an understatement. She slurs her words, looks dizzy and unsteady on her feet, and at times passes out without knowing where she is or what she's doing. You almost think there must be some—
Helga's mom be sipping that drink. She be sipping the dirty Sprite, dude. I knew she was badass.
Nearly every time we see her, Miriam is either holding a smoothie or making one. No, the show never states out and out that this might be alcohol, but the comparisons are easy to make.
It's codeine.
It's easy to see how it tears this family apart.
She puts a Xanny in the coffee
because her mother so frequently forgets that she even exists. It's hard not to see Miriam as an alcoholic. Also, in The Beeper Queen, when Helga's dropped off from school, Arnold is quick to ask if Miriam got her license back, which, by the way, she didn't. None of this is proof per se, but considering that the show was meant for a young crowd, I doubt standards and practices would let you get away with anything more obvious. In general, this show didn't pull many punches when it came to serious issues, but don't be surprised rewatching it when it goes to some dark places. Number 2. Christopher Robin didn't—
Helga's mom seems like a party to me. That's somebody that I would want to hit the club with. Are you kidding me?
To be Christopher Robin from Winnie the Pooh.
You want to be me so bad. Literally named himself after me, bro. Like, you are a fan.
Christopher Robin didn't always want to be Christopher Robin from Winnie the Pooh. Did you know that Christopher Robin—
You want to be Christopher Batman?
Also named Christopher Robin and born in 1920? His father was A.A. Milne, author of the storybooks that would later become a Disney behemoth and spawn some of the most recognizable cartoon characters in history. Also video game characters if you count Kingdom Hearts. Now, I've only played 2, but the Winnie the Pooh sections were the best.
Are you telling me Sora is like Christopher Robin?
Milne based Winnie the Pooh on a 2-foot-tall teddy bear he gifted his son for his first birthday. After Milne's successful book of verses featuring the first mention of Winnie the Pooh, When We Were Very Young, Christopher Robin became a household name. It turns out that being associated with a fictional character might not be all it's cracked up to be. In an autobiography he wrote, "It seemed to me almost that my father had got where he was by climbing on my infant shoulders, that he had filched from me my good name and left me nothing but empty fame." Those are pretty dark words about a character known for being cheery. How does it feel to know the characters that brought you so much joy as a child came at the expense of another child's happiness?
Bet you ain't have to pay a bill, though. I bet you that generational wealth is absolutely insane. You mad because he used your name.
Happiness. Fortunately, we're here to retroactively ruin your childhood and balance everything out. In his later years, Christopher Robin would go on to serve in World War II as a Royal Corps engineer before opening a bookstore with his wife. Also, when people would come in and ask for autographs, he would ask in turn for a donation to a children's charity, which is really cool. Number 3.
And you want to talk ill on my guy, bro. He went and, dude, he wrote one of the greatest children's stories to ever have been written, went overseas, fought some commies, came back, opened a library, instead of signing autographs, had people donate to children, bro. Sounds like a real upstanding individual to me, Christopher.
Would ask in turn for a donation to a children's charity.
Some people don't even have
really
fathers.
Cool. Number 3,
Imagine being born Christopher, you don't even have a father. Imagine that, Christopher. Since you feel some type of way.
In turn for
since you got so much to say.
Charity, which is really cool. Number 3, Squidward from SpongeBob SquarePants may be an exhibitionist. Do you ever wonder why Squidward Tentacle never wears pants? Squidward is a bit odd. His name implies he is a squid, but parts of his anatomy imply octopus.
He is a cephalopod.
Despite being the most uptight, he doesn't wear pants. Something
whatever the hell that means.
Patrick manages.
Pull your pants up, Patrick.
The internet has a theory about this because of course it does. There's evidence to suggest that he wouldn't need pants because what we think of as Squidward's nose is, for lack of a better word, his sea cucumber. Although program creator Steven Hillenburg has wouldn't need pants because what we think of as Squidward's nose is, for lack of a better word, his sea cucumber.
You're telling me that Squidward's thick and voluptuous nose is actually his little Jimmy? So the jokes and the memes aren't actually jokes and memes, and this is canon. That's what you're telling me?
Although program creator
does it look like that too?
Better word,
with all this, does it with all these bumps, dude? If you got all those bumps on your little Jim, you got to see a doctor. You've got health problems, Squid.
Creator Steven Hillenburg has never explicitly discussed this feature of Squidward's anatomy. He knows marine biology and is like.
So his eyes are his balls then. Yes, dude, yes.
Has never explicitly discussed this feature of Squidward's anatomy. He knows marine biology and is likely aware that the male reproductive organs of a squid, which is disproportionately large compared to other animals, is located near its beak. It's a stretch, sure, but you're gonna have trouble getting
disproportionately larger compared to other animals. Every time I learn more about Squidward, the deeper I realize our spiritual connection truly is. Like, I identify with Squidward on a plane that not regular human beings can comprehend in the reality, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Me and Squidward are like the same person.
Located
it's crazy.
It's a stretch, sure, but you're gonna have trouble getting it out of your head the next time you see Squidward playing with a leaf blower. Had a good run, childhood. Had a good run. Number 4. Ariel of The Little Mermaid is a compulsive hoarder. If you're a Disney fan and grew up watching The Little Mermaid...
Duh! Did you not listen to the song? She's got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. Not only that, she's got who's-its and also what's-its galore. Do you not know what galore means?
You know all the words to Part of Your World.
This one doesn't shock me.
Ariel's desire to join humans above the sea. Aww.
But is it on those levels of like that really sad hoarding show with people who literally are buried alive and their life is at risk? One wind gust in the wrong direction and everything is falling atop of them? Is it to that level? Because that's kind of depressing.
Given to Ariel's obsession with objects as she sings. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? The problem is, yes, Ariel, your collection is indeed complete. It's a little too complete. We see the princess raiding abandoned boats for random stuff to bring back to a secret hiding place, which is already filled
to the brim with more random stuff. She got an NFT, so clearly she ain't valid.
And she regularly risks the lives of her friends to feed this compulsion. That boat that we mentioned her raiding at the beginning of the film, remember them evading a shark in said boat? That's the most frightening part of the movie, and it all happens so that Ariel can get her hands on a shiny new dingle hopper. She may try to justify herself by arguing that she just finds things that belong to two-legged humans fascinating. But the people who diagnose problems like these, like researchers, would point her disposition towards dysposophobia, or the fear of throwing stuff away. You know, hoarding. It's a form of obsessive-compulsive disorder. People who suffer from it are often impulsive and seem to find emotional connection to the objects they collect, no matter how useless they are, as Ariel does. Might just be time for Disney to roll out another sequel.
The amount of people who dispose of murder weapons in lakes and oceans and rivers, dude. She could probably solve like so many cold cases. It's not even funny.
In conjunction
She's got so many homicidal evidence.
The outcome of the original Little Mermaid.
She's got straps, she's got knives, she's got hammers, she's got it all.
Your parents. Number 5. Ed and Nettie suffered through more than most kids can imagine. The Canker sisters didn't get along too well with the Eds. Unlike all the other kids in the neighborhood, this was because the Eds hated the sisters, and not the other way around. When you're young, this might look like a classical cooties thing, but something's off here. The sisters are introduced as a female counterpart to the Eds, but their behavior through the seasons shows them as bullies and textbook stalkers who on more than one occasion attempt to force themselves onto the unwilling Eds. They don't get typical
Little did I know, watching this show, that this would be in my future. Sometimes I wake up looking exactly at something like this, dude. It's crazy. I didn't know it was foreshadowing my future, bro. It's crazy.
But their behavior through the seasons shows them as bullies and textbook stalkers who on more than one occasion attempt to force themselves onto the unwilling Eds. They don't get typical cartoon goo-goo eyes. They get violent and controlling. They'll drag them off screen somewhere, and suddenly this is less childhood crush and more special victims unit. Through episodes, Lee, Marie, and May have done pretty alarming things, including threatening to kiss them, actually kissing them without consent, and trying to lure the Eds into a marriage ceremony without their knowledge. In one episode, the sisters undress the boys after their clothes get muddy. In another, the Eds are hypnotized into acting as the sisters' dogs. It's no wonder the boys are terrified of the Canker sisters. The sisters are one of the scariest trios in children's cartoon history.
This is why you keep the bro-ship strong, fellas. We cannot fall victim to the shackles of the trifling hoes. I keep telling y'all.
Terrified of the Canker sisters.
Telling y'all gotta listen to me.
Scariest trios in children's cartoon history. Number 6. The Rugrats cast made some of the dirtiest jokes out there. We think it's safe to say that for a cartoon about a group of infants crawling around in their diapers, Rugrats got away with some pretty raunchy humor. First, Tommy's screwdriver. It's no secret that Tommy liked to hide things in his diaper. And when Tommy finds his fingers stuck in a Chinese finger trap in an episode, he comments that he needs something hard and thin to get the trap off, then sticks his hand into his diaper to pull out a screwdriver. Next, Grandpa Lou. It seems he knows what he likes when it comes to adult.
Tommy stays strapped at all times. And look, conveniently he needed the strap, and it came in handy, bro. See, Tommy understands the streets. Tommy be in these streets. He's from the hood. He's from the mud. He's from the trenches. He knows that you gotta stay strapped 24/7 in case you find yourself in a pickle. See what I did there? I'm hilarious, dude. I'll be here all week.
To pull out a screwdriver. Next, Grandpa Lou. It seems he knows what he likes when it comes to adult entertainment, because when he rents a few videos, he doesn't forget to pick up Lonely Space Vixens.
That's for after you go to bed,
he tells Tommy and Chuck. Two innocent tots that probably wondered, what are space vixens and why are they so lonely? Then there are two babies who show up in the Rugrats movie. When one baby complains, man, they cut my...
Why were some of these... Is it just me? Or were some of the babies in this Rugrats movie horrifying? Like, am I the only person who saw some of these baby faces in my nightmares, dude? Was that just me?
Two babies who show up in the Rugrats movie. When one baby complains, man, they cut my cord, the other lifts his own diaper to look south. He then remarks, consider yourself lucky. But perhaps the most brazen joke comes...
Dude, I missed that! Hold on!
Diaper to look south. He then remarks, consider yourself lucky.
That's hilarious. Oh my god, that's hilarious. How did I miss that one, dude?
But perhaps the most brazen joke comes from Angelica. While coloring in class along with Susie, she decides to explore a more artistic side and deface Susie's drawing of their teacher. And how she does this? Why, by giving the drawing funny glasses and a nose the size...
Nah, dude, that's crazy! What? There's no way! There's no way, dude!
eyes are Squidward's. And what does this look like together? Well, it looks like what Squidward's nose might actually be. It may have feigned innocence, but we know the truth. Rugrats was a test of how far it could go while our parents weren't paying attention. They were very impressionable. Number 7. Most of your favorite childhood cartoon characters are voiced by the same exact people. You've probably grown up to fall in love with a lot of fictional characters. They have their own distinct identities, personalities, and vulnerabilities, but they often have something in common. Most of your beloved cartoon friends were voiced by only a handful of people. Sure, this is just as true for on-screen actors. Friends were voiced by only a handful
Who's that?
of people. Sure, this is just as true for on-screen actors, but we're talking about the sacred bonds of childhood here. And many of these friendly faces all share the same face underneath. Sometimes one person is multiple characters in the same show. Let's take a look at one of my favorite voice actors.
Dude, shout out Seth MacFarlane. And shout out the gang at South Park, dude. The South Park people literally only have like 4 voice actors. Like literally all 4 of them play every single character, dude. Dude, South Park really is different. That's crazy.
Legend D. Bradley Baker. I'm not going to tell you what characters he did because he often did multiple characters per show. So let's see how many shows he was involved in that I can name in a single breath. Cow and Chicken, I Am Weasel, The Wild Thornberrys, Rocket Power, Time Squad, Jackie Chan Adventures, Static Shock, single breath. Cow and Chicken, I Am Weasel, The Wild Thornberrys, Rocket Power, Time.
Oh my god, talk about a flashback! Woo! Talk about unlocking a memory I done forgot I even had, dude!
Squad, Jackie Chan Adventures, Static Shock, Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, Dexter's Laboratory.
Harvey Birdman! Dude, stop!
Zone, Totally Spies, Johnny Bravo, Samurai Jack, Powerpuff Girls, What's New, Scooby-Doo, Teen Titans, Dora the Explorer, The Life and Times of Junior Police, Codename Kids Next Door, The Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob SquarePants, Happy Feet, Avatar, The Last Airbender, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Star Wars, The Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, Star Wars Detours, Steven Universe.
Nothing but straight bangers, dude. Who is it? This guy's a goat. Why is this guy an absolute living legend, bro? Top 5 humans all time. And I've never even seen his face, dude. That's fire. Shout this guy. Big old Peyton Manning forehead, but shout this guy.
And that's not the full list. That's maybe a third of his credits. And he can play several characters in each. Chances are, the characters you loved as a child were probably all the same person. And if that doesn't destroy childhood cartoon magic, I don't know what does. Except maybe that it instills in you a new appreciation for the magic that is D. Bradley Baker.
Dude, shout out Bradley. Never did I think I would have a strong appreciation for a man named Bradley, dude. And yet here we are, bro. My life has progressed to the point where I'm giving high praise to a dude named Bradley. That's absolutely insane, bro. This video was very mild. Okay, like I said, when it comes to childhood joy and joy being ruined, I've been basically fully numb and completely empty at this point. Everything that could be ruined has basically already been ruined for me at this point, dude. But this was still a very fire video to watch, dude. I definitely did still enjoy this.